in season. I'm just popping in because I forgot to do a quick intro to my video. So the clip that you're going to see next is actually of me making homemade pizza. And I hope you guys enjoy it and you like, subscribe, and follow me on TikTok, YouTube, and on Facebook. On Facebook, I am Sheeta Whedon. So go there and I keep you updated with my recipes, pictures, and all that jazz. I hope you like it and enjoy. All right, let's get right into it. So first things first, we're going to start with warming up some water. I'm using a bottle of water. This one has a hole in it because my 3-year-old thought it would be great for her to use a knife to open up the case of water, and she stabbed like 6 bottles of water, and no one noticed her doing this. Great parenting. But anyway, we're going to do about a cup. I think I used the cup. I don't usually measure. Yeah, about a cup of water. That's what it looks like. And we're going to put it in the microwave for about 15 seconds. You do not want your water too hot. Your water being too hot will burn or kill your yeast. We don't want that. And if your water is not hot enough, then your yeast will not activate, okay? So we got to feed the yeast. We feed the yeast with warm water and sugar, okay? Takes about 5 minutes for the yeast to activate once you add in the warm water, and you'll see that I'll be, doing a little dance. That's what I'm waiting on next. And while I'm doing that, I went and got my iPad because I needed something to listen to because my boyfriend's a gamer and he was loud over into the living room. So I put my AirPods on and I started listening to Rotten Mango's podcast. She is talking about Karen Read case. If you're not familiar with the case, definitely get familiar with the case. I'm a true crime lover and I love her podcast. I watch it on Spotify, but she is also on YouTube. And the way she does this breakdown, she has a whole suspect wall and everything. I love her. So if you get a chance and you're into true crime, go over there, check her out. Let me know how you like it, okay? Because that's my fave. But right now we're focusing on making this dough. Now, pizza dough takes a while. Now, you can do it in a short amount of time depending on the recipe that you're using. This particular one, prep time takes me a little bit longer, but rise time is only 30 minutes. So I did prep, and I move slow sometimes because in the kitchen, like I said, that's my domain, and I enjoy every moment of being in there. So I don't really rush. So it does take 2 hours for me to cook a meal. But yeah, that's what we're doing right now.
And then she told me she got off that ship and she left on her own.
I don't know. Are y'all familiar with the Karen Read case? It happened a couple of years ago, from my understanding, 2 years ago, and it involved a cop being killed in front of a cop's house that he was supposed to be at a party with, and his girlfriend's the one that's on trial. But if you listen to this and you read up on this case is fishy, fishy, fishy. Don't think the girlfriend did it. Think one of them little cop people did it, if you clock what I'm spitting. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But definitely check it out. Get back to me. Let me know what you think. Okay, we can definitely have a discussion on that. I'm still getting this dough together. The yeast rose, so now I'm just adding the flour. I think I did about 4 cups of flour and kneaded it. I'm always looking lost. I've come to realize I gotta get my life together. Lost in my facial expressions. Lord, have mercy on my soul. I can never find anything. I'm blind as a bat, even with glasses. So, if you see me looking lost, I am. Because I done put something down somewhere and don't remember where, couldn't find where, couldn't see it. Sometimes it's right in my face. Sometimes the ADHD kicks in and I lose all sorts of focus. But yeah. So right now I'm using actually a spatula to mix the dough. With my ADHD, I don't like touching sticky things. So I do a lot of the kneading with the spatula just to get it going, and then you'll see that I'll take it out of the bowl eventually and I'll start kneading it because I don't want it stuck to my fingers. And And the one thing I do love about making pizza is that it really doesn't take long. At most, it takes me an hour if I'm really trying to get it done. So if you have an hour out of your day to order a pizza, you can make a pizza. Most of the time, you don't get the pizza for 45 minutes to an hour anyway. So same amount of time. And while your dough is rising or your yeast is getting together, you can help the kiddos with homework. You can jump in the shower. You can go change your clothes. And even with the pizza dough, you can prep it early. Okay, so you can do this. Let's say you're off on a Saturday. You can prep it on Saturday, use it for Thursday. It freezes really well. It keeps really well. And it's really simple to make. And it's also a fun activity with the kids. My 3-year-old loves to help me sometimes. If I'm overstimulated, I kick her out the kitchen. Today, I was overstimulated. I kicked her out my kitchen. She did not assist. She tried, but she wouldn't listen. So I'm slowly like kneading in more and more flour because I don't think that the first time I put enough flour in it. So I'm slowly like adding more flour in, kneading it. If you have like a mixer, I recommend doing that. I hand knead everything. I hand mix everything. And my right hand, I'm right-handed. My right hand definitely screams at me because I have intense pain in my wrist, possible carpal tunnel. Should have a doctor's appointment next in 2 weeks to figure out what's going on with my hand because it locked up on me. But yeah, things that happened prior to her disappearance. I was like, whoa. What about this? Need that dough. Need that dough. The thing that sticks out the most, I think, to me. I didn't realize how long it took me to knead it. Normally it's 5 to 10 minutes, but I think because I didn't really measure properly, it ended up being a lot longer than that because I had to slowly like add more flour to it. But we're finally at the end. Right now, what we're going to be doing is we're putting some olive oil in the bowl. We're rolling it around. You want the olive oil in the bowl so that the dough does not stick. So when it rises, it's easy to pull off. And you don't have to worry about losing half of your dough in the bowl. So we're going to do that. Cover it in olive oil. Cover it with a dish towel and sit it in the oven. The oven is the warmest place in my house. If it's not the warmest place in your house, definitely want to put this somewhere where it's nice and warm, where it can get a nice even rise out of it. Rising is very important because this is how the gluten sets. If gluten's not set, it's not going to be a good pizza. Okay? Rising is very important. Now we're going to go on to make the Italian sausage. Put a little olive oil in the pan, and then you're just going to drop that sausage in just like that. There you go. It's so beautiful. And yeah, I ended up bending over because I have a small pan. Make sure your hands are clean. Make sure your stuff is clean. Wash your hands. I wash my hands. I'm cooking for my family, not strangers, so there's no gloves being used either. We're going to season it with accent salt, I think pepper, garlic, and herb seasoning from Kinder's. I think I did some seasoned salt, paprika, rosemary, thyme, and then you just break it up. And you want to chop it up and cook it and just let everything marinate with the seasonings. While that's going to be cooking, we're going to go and focus on our veggies. That's going to be next. So I'm stirring it up. Stir it up, stir it up, stir it up. You. Y'all, I'm bored. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm the only one in the house. I hope you're enjoying my commentary. It's quite fun making it. All right, so now we're going to prep our vegetables. We have a bell pepper. I thought that guy right there was a jalapeno pepper because that's where it was in the grocery store, but it is not. Okay, it is not. That shit is spicy as fuck. And I didn't know that shit was spicy as fuck until a bitch had to scratch her nose after cutting it. Nose was burning. My nose was burning. Washed my hands 4 times, rubbed my eye. Hands still did not have non-spice on it. Burnt my eye. Had to wash my hands again. This time with 4 different soaps. not just one, 4. Dish soap, hand soap, the antibacterial soap, cheap dish soap, the whole 9. But we're gonna chop that up. The light green ones, those are only going on my boyfriend's pizza. I don't like spicy foods. He does. It was supposed to be a banana pepper. I was going to put that on my pizza, but no way. Don't do spice. So chop that up. Periodically check on your sausage. Make sure we are not burning the sausage, but we want it to be a nice deep brown to it. Any leftover vegetable scraps, you want to put those in a Ziploc bag or in a container and put them in the refrigerator, and then you'll be able to use them later. I usually like to keep my scraps too, to put them in the freezer, and then I use them to make like vegetable broth later. So now dough is ready. We are now making the actual pizza. We're going to stretch it out. Now there's probably a better way to do this, but I'm not Italian and I'm not a pizza maker. So we're just going to take our time, stretch, pull. We're going to use our fingers to push it out. We're making a round pizza-like shape. The first one I'm doing is actually my daughter's. We're going to make hers first so she can go ahead and eat first.
In 2005,
and then I'm going to prep the rest of the pieces and put them in the oven.
allegedly from a website.
Because of the size of the pizzas and the size of the pan, you would think I'd be able to get more on this pan, but I wasn't. I was only able to do it one at a time. That was also why it took so long. Definitely recommend if you have a pan big enough or multiple pans, you can put multiple pizzas in at one time and they can all cook at the same time. But yeah. Again, with this, you want to take your time. You want to stretch, you want to massage it, you want to pull it, but you do not want to put a hole in it, and you do not want to overwork your dough, okay? Very important. Overworked dough does not rise. We do not want that. We want our pizza to rise and look beautiful, unless you're going for a thin crust, and then do you, boo-boo. Do what you do. No judgment here.
It's a level of panic.
It does take a while. You see, I'm slowly like pushing it in areas where it's still a little uneven and fat. I'm doing that. And normally when I make pizza, I do make the sauce from scratch. This particular day, I did not feel like doing that. I also did not have any tomatoes. I didn't have any of the ingredients that I really, really enjoy using to make sauce. So I just got a store-bought one, real easy. I think this was like $3.99 at Kroger. Couldn't even tell you the brand. Okay, I just went with the cheapest one. We're on a budget. My food stamps just got cut, and now I'm unemployed again. So we are doing what we can with what we have. Okay. So like I said, I just got a cheap little $2.99 jar of marinara sauce. I'm gonna spread that all the way around with a spoon. Normally, I would make mine so that I know exactly what's in it, keep it as healthy as possible, sneak in extra veggies for my baby, but it's fine. Then I used pizza cheese, so it's like a blend of mozzarella, provolone, and one other cheese. I don't remember what it is, but I think it's the Private Select brand from Kroger that I was using. Put the pepperonis on. Again, Kroger brand pepperonis, nothing fancy. We're on a budget here. So everything that I used to make this pizza was inexpensive. You can really create this with like $25, okay? At most $25. And that's me being overly zealous, okay? With ingredients. We're going to throw on the bell peppers that we had cut up earlier, put them strategically placed. Yes, my baby likes them, but I don't like to do too much. So as you can see, I'm putting them specifically in spots so that I know that she'll eat them. And then you just pop it in the oven, maybe add a little extra cheese just to make sure everything stays and doesn't move.
Amy Bradley disappeared.
Preheat the oven at 400 degrees and then place that sucker in the oven, okay? And just keep an eye out on it. I like to do the smell test. If I can smell it, then it's ready, okay? If it's a very strong aroma, then that's what it is. While that's in the oven, I took a little smoke break and I was right back ready to go in that kitchen. Okay, so you see I'm in a good mood, peace, dancing, ha ha ha. And then so that is boyfriend's pizza that went in the oven next, and then my pizza was the one that I made next after that. Both, well, all of them took about 10 minutes to cook, so a grand total of 30 minutes to bake all, well, 40 minutes to bake all 4 pizzas. And once it comes out the oven, you want to, butter the crust up. Nothing fancy. You can butter it with whatever you want. I just did regular salted butter. And just like that, we're all done. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you like, subscribe, and follow me on all social media platforms. And I cannot wait to know if you guys made this at home. And make sure you tag me with pictures. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, girlies.